wasn't easy, but nothing is. No.
Welcome back to our road to NBA 2K26. There has been some news since we last talked, and we didn't have a stream yesterday, but hopefully you were able to check out the new presentation courtside report and those new clips that showed off some of the new details on player spaces and jerseys, the new lightings in the arenas, on the court floors, and much more. I saw some side-by-side pictures yesterday of 2K25 next to 2K26, and to me, it is a big difference. I was seeing some comments that were like, you guys couldn't see a difference, and I am not sure what you were looking at, but we were not looking at the same thing. But anyways, the days are flying by, and today we are here to talk about the MyPLAYER builder. I know many of you have been waiting for this one. Before we get into it, as always, first we do have some housekeeping items to go through. As you hear us talk about NBA 2K26 today, keep in mind that we are talking about NBA 2K26 on Gen 9 platforms. And Gen 9 means the version of the game that's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and the new Nintendo Switch 2. We also do have Twitch drops enabled today, which are a chance for you to earn locker codes just by watching these streams. And today is the last chance to earn these 2 locker codes that we've been talking about for a little bit. So we've had this campaign active since our roadmap stream a few weeks ago, and the next time we see you, it is going to be refreshed with new rewards. But for now, if you have watched for 45 minutes, you do get 2 one-hour double XP coins to help you out in Season 8. You knock out those final few levels before the season ends this week. And then if you keep watching beyond that and watch for a total of 2 hours, you get 100 overall or higher pack in my team, pants for your MyPLAYER, and also 60 skill boosts. So many of you have been watching since our roadmap stream. You are probably going to be finishing your 2 hours very shortly in the next few minutes, if not already. So once you do, at the end of the show, we will talk a little bit more about how to go to the Twitch Drops website, go to your Twitch inventory, make sure you claimed all your drops so that you get your locker codes. But one last note on Twitch Drops, as the name suggests, Twitch Drops are on Twitch. So if you're watching us on TikTok or YouTube or X, come over to Twitch if you want to earn the locker code. Next thing, in case you missed it, last week we did talk about a new creator challenge that we have going on throughout all of these reveals. So if you are a content creator and you break down or react to any of our 2K26 courtside reports in your videos, which many of you do already, just put the hashtag NBA 2K challenge on it and you are going to be helping the community reach a goal of 2,026 videos. After that goal is hit, you all will unlock a locker code for NBA 2K26 that will give you a drawstring bag and a My Team pack that you can use during early access. And on top of that, during this creator challenge, if you go to our website at that link below and you submit your video, you are going to be entered into a drawing for 1 million VC in 2K26, and we are going to pick 26 winners in a few weeks. All right, you guys have heard enough from me. I think you are ready to hear more about the MyPLAYER builder. First, let's welcome in our special guest from the community up here, Stacks. Welcome in. It's good to see you as always.
What's good, man? The chat ready to get to it, man. They say you got Hall of Fame yapper. Well, I guess we
they're telling me to hurry up. I got to get out there housekeeping items. Nothing I can do about that. But we are ready to show you a little bit now, and very similar to last week, Tyrese Halliburton and our dev team did record a video together to walk you through some of the highlights of what's new with the builder this year. And as you watch, keep in mind this video does go by pretty fast. So try to absorb as much as you can, but don't worry if you miss anything, because right after video plays, we're going to come back here, and then me and Stacks, we're going to go through everything in full detail, one thing at a time. Stacks, I am ready. The chat is clearly ready. They're telling us to hurry up. So
yeah, let's get to it. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get straight to it, man.
Hey everyone, Tyrese Halliburton here with Zach from NBA 2K to share the detailed features available in the 2K26 MyPLAYER Builder. In this courtside report, we'll focus on the new animation glossary, build by badges, new scouting reports, and a lot more. Now let's get started.
This year, the MyPLAYER Builder excels at giving players all the tools to make informed decisions when creating their future superstar. Starting with the animation glossary, this brand new feature will list every animation with details, attribute, and height requirements. If you have a specific player you want to model your game after, like Tyrese Halliburton for example, use the search function to find who you're looking for, making it easy to see all the requirements you need to meet to equip their animations.
I love that there are a lot of options to choose from. Me personally, I'm a YouTube merchant when it comes to finding a good build.
Create Your Own Build will sift through dozens of NBA player comparisons before choosing the best animations associated with the suggested players and assign them as default animations for a more enjoyable and streamlined experience from the start. The new Build by Badges feature in NBA 2K26 can help shape the framework for your MyPLAYER. Choose your desired badges and tiers: bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame, and Legend. The minimum attribute points required will automatically be locked in. Spend your remaining attribute points to max out categories of your choosing and reach a 99 potential overall without missing out on your must-haves. Scouting reports display your best badges and attributes and coaches you on your strengths and weaknesses. For example, if you make a point guard with a low pass accuracy rating, the builder will flag this as an area of concern and potential detriment to your teammates.
This might be more in depth than the scouting reports I see during the season. This is pretty fire.
Max Plus 1s are back, and now there are new Max Plus 2s. They work just like they sound. Max Plus 1s push badges one tier beyond their max potential, and Max Plus 2s take them 2 tiers higher. Takeover Surge, Hot Start, and Clutch Gene are perks that temporarily boost your badges up 1 tier in different game situations. They can even boost a badge beyond their max potential. New in 2K26, Build Specialization goals allow you to enhance your MyPLAYER's potential in a specific skill area. For each save, you can pick one of 5 areas to specialize in: finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, or rebounding. Each area features 9 unique goals that test your abilities in that specialty. Your mastery will earn you rewards tailored to each skill area, including skill boosts, unique apparel and cosmetics, new archetype names, cap breakers for that skill area, and permanent Max Plus 1 and Max Plus 2 badge perks. Cap breakers aren't just back in NBA 2K, they're evolving. In NBA 2K26, each cap breaker will still raise your highest rated and strongest attributes by 1 point, but if you choose to apply them to your lowest rated attributes, you will see larger boosts. For example, if your favorite MyPLAYER build is struggling in the rec because you left its free throw rating low, a cap breaker could raise your free throw rating by double digits and provide a significant improvement.
Cap breakers were a game changer in 2K25. I'm glad they're back in 2K26. My boys are going to be hype about that.
Rebirth has multiple tiers this year, letting you carry over more progress from your existing saves than ever before. Silver Rebirth is unlocked at 90 overall and allows you to instantly unlock any newly created MyPLAYER's maximum potential to the highest overall rating that you previously reached. As you reach 95 overall across new saves, you will unlock Gold, Hall of Fame, and Legend Rebirth. These new Rebirth tiers automatically upgrade your badges to their respective level once attribute requirements are met.
The MyPLAYER Builder in 2K26 gives you all the tools to make the best possible build, so you can be a difference maker on the court. Whether you create your own build from scratch or build by badges, find what works for you with numerous personalization options.
It was fun breaking down all the new features in the MyPLAYER Builder this year. Thanks for joining me, Tyrese.
Pre-order NBA 2K26 Superstar or Leave No Doubt Edition today and start testing the revamped MyPLAYER Builder sooner with early access, starting on August 29th.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. See, the moment we've all been waiting for, I feel like it was worth the wait, worth hearing Evan yap, man. We got to give shout out to the dev team, man. They definitely put in work on this one. Me and Evan is about to dive a little bit deeper into this thing, man. So Evan, are you ready to talk a little bit more in detail about some of these new features we got here?
Yeah, I am. And look, I just want to say I love these videos because they are just packed with footage. You guys just saw it. There's menus and game footage and basically that entire trailer. So I know many of you are going to go back and break it down second by second, and I will be looking forward to seeing your posts and your videos. But for now, we are going to be doing a little bit of that ourselves as well. So Stacks is going to take us through the courtside report, and then we are going to give you the full breakdown of everything that Tyrese and Zach talked about, let you digest it all a little bit more slowly. And then on top of that, we do have a few extra things to share as well that weren't even talked about in the video at all. Stacks, I am ready for whatever you got first.
Let's get it. Let's start out with the animation glossary. I was noticing that myself. Felt like this was a really good feature. It saves a lot of time for a lot of people. But let's talk a little bit more about it in detail.
Sure. So you may remember from a few weeks ago, back during the roadmap stream, that we mentioned one of the themes of this year's builder is giving you more information and more quality of life improvements, because we know that making a build is really important, right? That sets the foundation of how you play and your gameplay experience in my career. So we know how important that is to you, and the dev team has added this brand new animation glossary. So now you don't have to go look up what the different animation requirements are and which ratings you have to hit and all that. You can simply pull up this tab in the builder that has all the animations, and it lists every single one with their attribute requirements, and also, if there are any, also the height requirements as well. That alone is a huge quality of life improvement for me. But as you heard Tyrese mention, there is also a search function. So if you tap triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox, you will bring up this keyboard. You can type exactly which player's animations you want to see. So if you want all of Halliburton's animations, or you want to model yourself off of Steph Curry, and you want all of Steph Curry's animations, you can type their name and you can see specifically their animations and what requirements you need to meet to play and look like them. But while we are here about animations, there is one more thing here that kind of went by quick. But Zach mentioned that in the past, when you made a custom build, you ended up with all default animation, right? As most of you in the chat know, those animations are not necessarily the ones that look the coolest or the ones that are most fun to use. So this year, the dev team has made it so that once you've made your own custom build, the builder is going to go through dozens and dozens of NBA player comparisons for the build you made, even beyond the first 3 that you see when you're at the scouting report. And then it's going to automatically pick the best animations from those players to give them to you right away. So you can see in this screenshot, this build, it got a lot of Curry animations, Lillard, Brunson animations. It got a lot of Curry animations by default. And you can, of course, still change these, but this is the way that the dev team is making the builder more friendly. So if you don't want to bother changing your animations, especially, at the start, you will have fun packages that you can play with right away. So that part's not necessarily about the animation glossary, but figured while we're talking about animations, we should mention it here as well.
So we definitely got some quality of life upgrades. I know for me personally, going and making the build and then checking the requirements and all that other stuff like that was a hassle. So now being able to do that while you're making your build is a huge W in my opinion. Next up, we got build by badges. Let's get into a little bit more information about that, man. This is what I was looking forward to.
This one's kind of cool. So building by badges is something that many of you already do. I think many of you in the chat already do this, right? You play with your attributes to try to put them at the sweet spot where you can unlock as many badges as possible. And you know those badges are going to play a big role in how you perform on the court. So this year in 2K26, the dev team has now added this as a feature. So in the build by badges menu, you can pick which tier of a badge you want. So you can see here, you got bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame, or legend, and it is going to show you the requirements for each one. So in this example, you can see that for Hall of Fame shifty shooter, you need either a 96 mid-range shot or a 96 three-point shot. And let's say you want to lock that in. If you click the right stick, it is going to ask you which attribute you want to pin. And pinning an attribute just means that you are going to lock in that attribute rating as your minimum. So for this example, let's say you pick whether you want a 96 mid-range shot or a 96 three-point shot. Let's say you pick the mid-range shot. Once it's pinned, you can then safely adjust the rest of your attributes without losing the badges that you know that you really, really want to have for your build. So this person really wanted to have Hall of Fame Shifty Shooter. That pins it so that they can make the other adjustments without losing that. I think many of us in the build or in the past, many of us who did build by badges, we always got like, you make one little attribute go down by one attribute point, you lose the badge you need, then you go all the way back up. But then when you did that, some of the other attributes that were connected to it went down with it, and you had to kind of adjust and fix everything. This kind of just keeps things locked in, so that is really a huge, huge quality of life feature. So if you are somebody who already does this, hopefully this is a nice feature for you. But if you're somebody newer to the game and you just now realized that you should probably be maximizing the badges you get on your MyPLAYER, this feature is going to help you out and educate you at the same time. So hopefully you guys like this.
That's crazy too. That one right there for me, another like I said, quality of life change is being able to lock that in, making a build, like especially if you're making a specialist build, you know what I'm saying, and you're just building, making something specifically for those badges. That'll make that a lot easier as well. Next up, we kind of talked about this during the roadmap stream, so we don't got to spend too much time on it, but it is the body types.
Yeah, so we did talk about this, but back then we didn't have a screenshot, and now we do have a screenshot that we can show. So you can see here that when you are deciding your build's position and your body measurements, that there is a new body type potential preview on the right side. See a little box with the player in it? That is a visual preview that you can use the right stick to kind of scroll through, and you're going to see the different body types your build can eventually unlock by doing workouts in the Gatorade gym. What we mentioned a while back is this is just a really nice quality of life feature. You no longer have to make a build, go to the Gatorade gym, find out the build doesn't get the body type you want, back all the way back out to the main menu to the builder, do it again, do a new build, check the Gatorade gym again, rinse and repeat. It did take a long time. So this is going to skip all that for you. And now right in the builder, you can see that, if you want a swole build or if you want a skinny body type, you can see that right from the start. So hopefully this is another improvement that kind of makes your builder experience just a little bit better.
Yeah, I was looking at the build on the screen too. That build is a lot. Anyway, moving forward, we got build templates. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this part, if you guys saw a little snippet of it in the video, this probably looked familiar to many of you. So our build templates are returning. These are the grab and go options that get you a solid build that you can use right away if you want. So especially if you're newer to the game, but also if you just don't want to spend time coming up with your own build, these are really, really helpful. So we can take a quick second and go over the three options. But NBA templates, those are, as the name suggests, those are for you to play like your favorite NBA player. So if you use those templates as is, you will get all the animations of whichever player that build is modeled after. And this year, each season, the dev team is going to add a new set of these NBA templates that have a theme. And for the first season, right at launch, the first theme of the year is going to be a collection of players who have been named All-Stars more than once. So it's going to be many names that you recognize. Then in the middle, we have Pro Tune builds. Those are built by the pros. And what that means is they are built by our dev team. They're built by our experts over there at Visual Concepts. They are going to let you pick a position and a play style. And then it gives you a list of builds that match your preference, and you can pick the one that's good for you. Then you can see there in the upper right corner that starting in Season 2, we are going to have community builds again. These are templates submitted by build makers from around the community. So they are focused on builds that are unique or competitive or perhaps both. And this has always been my favorite. I have been very open on past streams that I am somebody who watches a bunch of videos from our experts in the community, and I end up copying one of their builds. Right? I might make a little tweak here and there, but I end up copying somebody's build that I saw their video of. So ever since we've added these community builds, I use them every single year. And one cool note about these is that we are working on an official submission process for these. So that if you are a community member, you love making builds, you make content on them, we are going to try to make a process for you to submit your build for consideration. Because in the past, we've just had builds that were submitted to me or submitted to our dev team directly, and we don't want community builds to be limited to people who can message us directly. So we are working on something, and in Season 1, hopefully we'll have more to share about how you can get involved in community build templates yourself as well. What's next? Those are the 3 builder paths.
Yo, man, this chat is crazy, man. But yep, here we go. Community builds. That's a huge one for the community too, because I remember I'm just speaking to people about how they submit a build for the community build. So that's pretty fire, man. I know we got a lot of probably lesser known amazing build creators in the community, so it's going to be good for those people to get an opportunity to be showcase their build inside the game. So next up,
Exactly.
we also have height balancing. Talking about height balancing, Evan, what does that mean?
Well, there's a couple things here. And the first one, I don't think was in the video. I don't think I remember hearing it. But the max height for my players is now going to be 7'4". For those of you who felt like 7'3s weren't tall enough for you, you want that Victor Wembanyama height or that Zach Edey height, you can now make 7'4" build. But across the board, short and tall, the dev team really spent a lot of effort making sure that no matter what height you are, you can make a build that is effective. So if you want to make a really short build or a really tall build, you can. That is totally your preference. But we want to make sure that whether you are short, tall, or medium-sized, it is a balanced experience so that there is more build diversity, which is a big goal, of course, of the MyPLAYER build.
Okay, perfect. Yep, I think overall that's something people wanted too. A little bit more build diversity and not kind of just running into the same type of builds all over the place in any game mode that they play. So that's pretty cool as well. Moving on, we got the scouting report. Now, this is something I saw a little bit in that video that I kind of want to know a little bit more about as well.
Yeah, so this is the new final page of the builder. It looks a little different than what you've seen in the past, and this is what we call a scouting report. So it's essentially a more detailed summary of the build that you just made, and it has more information than you're used to. So on the left side, you have stuff you're familiar with. You see your shades of NBA comparisons and your archetype name. And also, by the way, while we're here, a little side note on archetype names. I don't know if you heard Tyrese mention it in the video, but there are roughly 10 times the number of build names compared to last year. So there will be plenty of new unique names that you'll be able to see. I saw Zach on X, on Twitter, asking the community for names as well. There are going to be plenty of new unique names for your build. But anyways, back to the scouting report. On the right side, you are going to see your best badges and attributes, and then a new section at the bottom that coaches you on your strengths and weaknesses. So let's say you made a point guard, but for some reason, you decided not to upgrade your pass accuracy. Those of you who have played with point guards with no pass accuracy know that may not be the best point guard to have as your teammate. So the weaknesses section is going to call out that you lack passing vision. Like for example, for this build, you might not be the best teammate if you're a point guard that has no pass accuracy. So it is entirely up to you. It is optional if you want to try to address your weaknesses, because there are of course trade-offs, right? You increase your pass accuracy, you got to decrease something else. But this way, you cannot say you weren't warned. And especially if you are newer to the builder and you are just experimenting, this scouting report kind of helps educate you on the builds as you start to understand the roles that each attribute plays and how they affect your play styles on the court. So this scouting report is really about educating you on the build you've made and giving you more information than we have in the past on this final page of the builder.
Okay, perfect. I think there's a lot of people that kind of need that, man. I've been seeing some bad builds out here for a few years, so having a little bit more information on what your build can and can't do. I know somebody right now, I ain't gonna say no name, that's where they build can do everything, so we definitely need that right there. Let's move it forward, man. You made a great build, you did your thing inside of there. Now let's talk about badge perks. What do we got there?
Yeah, so now we are getting into the second theme of the builder that we talked about a few weeks back, and that is how you can keep improving your build after you've done making it. So everything from now on is talking about after the builder process. And the way that worked in NBA 2K25 got a lot of positive feedback. So in 2K26, you are going to see a lot of what you love return, but also more on top of it. So for badge perks, the first one to talk about is Max Plus 2s. Because as most of you know and probably remember, Max Plus 1s, they boost one of your badges one tier even beyond their max. Just like the name sounds, Max Plus 2s do the same thing, except 2 tiers higher. So if you have a badge that maxes out at gold and you can insert it into a Max Plus 2 slot, that is going to boost that badge all the way to legend. Then we have badge perks that activate in specific game situations. So Takeover Surge is a perk that boosts badges one tier beyond their max potential while you have your takeover bar filled all the way to level 5. Then Hot Start, that one specifically activates during the early portions of game. So you're going to come out of the gates with one of your badges, or two if you have both slots unlocked, one of your badges temporarily boosted one tier higher. Then the last one is Clutch Gene. And if you put badges in these slots, they will be boosted one tier during high pressure situations. So in the park, high pressure situation means like late game situations down the stretch. But if you're playing like full games, that's going to be the end of the fourth quarter. And overtime, that's going to be when this Clutch Gene kicks in. So these are various badge perks that you're going to be able to earn from seasonal rewards and other places that take your badges quite literally to the next level, or I guess in the Max Plus 2's case, 2 levels higher. Not just 1, but 2 levels higher, from gold all the way to legend, or whatever your max is, add 2 on top of that. So I think these are really cool for your badges this year, Stacks.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, last year, Max Plus 1, the way I made my build, that was kind of like, I almost came to a point to where I felt like I needed it. Now having Max Plus 2, definitely going to change the game for my build personally, once I be able to make that, figure out what that is, and then for a bunch of people as well. I know we got a lot of build specialists in the community that's going to know how to take advantage of these type of badge perks right there. So I'm excited to see what the community is able to do with those. Moving forward, next up, we got Takeover Progression. Takeover Progression, Evan. What do we got here?
I don't think this was in the video at all. So many of you probably asking, how does Takeover work? Well, the core of the system is just like last year, right? There's 5 levels. It's automatic. You don't have to activate Takeover, and you get stronger and stronger attribute boosts as you go up to 5 levels. Then at the end, you get a Takeover ability. We talked about that a couple weeks ago about how that system was going to return. We got a lot of positive feedback on that. So I'm sure that sounds familiar. But this year, as you continue to fill your Takeover meter over multiple games, you are going to unlock over 40 Takeover related rewards. And some of these rewards are going to be Takeover token. And you can see in this screenshot on the right side that this person has 39 available tokens. And these Takeover tokens are how you unlock new Takeovers this year. So in total, there are 44 Takeovers and 11 Takeover abilities. So that is much more consolidated compared to 2K25. So it's consolidated so that each Takeover is more impactful based on feedback from the community that last year there may have been too many Takeovers. So once you unlock a new Takeover this year, you instantly get access to the full 5 levels. You do not have to keep hitting level 3 to unlock level 4 to unlock level 5. Once you use your Takeover tokens and unlock a Takeover, you get access to all 5 levels right away. Besides that, there are other Takeover rewards though. We have Takeover presets that allows you to change which Takeover you have equipped between games very quickly. There's Takeover accelerators. Those speed up how quickly your Takeover meter fills up as you're doing good things on the court. And then the last one is my favorite, and I think it's going to be the favorite for many of you. Stacks, I'm curious. Do you have any guesses? And don't cheat. I know you have it in front of you, so you could just look, but don't cheat. I'm curious if you know where I'm going next.
First and foremost, people in the chat are asking if this is live. Yes, it is live. We're live right now.
Yes.
2, gotta admit, Evan, I already looked. I was already looking over this stuff, man. I'm a still guess though. Is it maybe custom takeovers? Are we getting custom takeovers, Evan?
That's a great guess, Stacks. Stacks couldn't help himself. He already looked ahead. But yes, the final reward is custom takeover. And this has been something that I've seen requested often, and the dev team was able to make it happen this year. So after you unlock this final reward, we're going to show you the custom takeover menu, and here's what it looks like. It is going to allow you to design your own takeover from scratch. So you can pick up to 3 attributes that you want to target. So in this example, this person decided to target speed with ball, 3-point shot, and close shot. It is really up to you. And then after that, you can pick from any takeover ability that your build is qualified to use and pair it with those attribute boosts. So in this case, this person picked lethal layup. And there are a crazy amount of possibilities here. You really can pick what is going to work best for your build and your play style. And this is a huge way to kind of improve upon your build during the year. And one of the ways that we were talking about or hinting at a couple of weeks back. Stacks, I'm very excited for custom takeover. I'm going to try to earn that as quickly as possible. And I think many people are going to be as well.
Yeah, I think that's a huge W. Custom takeovers, man. I remember last year, I wanted a specific Takeover, but I couldn't get it for my builds, and being able to now have it custom. Yo, like I said, man, all of the build creators and people that spend a lot of time in the builder are going to be making some crazy stuff. I'm already knowing right now, so y'all better be locked in with your favorite build creators, because I already know like it's going to be some insane stuff, because they're going to be able to take all of these new features and think about those things while making the build and knowing what to upgrade and knowing what not to upgrade, because they could get this on the other side of that. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and move forward and talk about build customization. Or specialization, sorry. Somebody asked me to draw a script,
Well,
so there you go.
look, I always say things are my favorite features, and sometimes the chat calls me out that I say everything is my favorite. But really, I do think this one might be my favorite thing that we've talked about this year. So far, at least. There's more coming. But so far, this is my favorite feature, because as you heard Zach and Tyrese talk about, the dev team has added these new build specialization quest lines. So for each save file, you are going to be able to pick one of 5 skill areas to specialize in. And these are the same as the 5 attribute categories. So you can pick from finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, or rebounding. And you do have to meet the attribute requirements for the specialty that you want to pick. Now, each of these specialties is going to give you a unique quest line that has 9 quests in it. And as you complete these 9 quests, you are going to unlock really cool new rewards, including more new ways to upgrade your build. So let's say you choose the shooting quest line. This is a quick preview that we have of the 9 quests that you get for the shooting quest line. You can see that for shooting, you are challenged to make mid-range shots or 3-point shots. It's up to you. And with this, as you complete these, you can earn rewards like skill boosts and new clothing items, which many of you probably expected. But also, as you can see here, if you look closely, there are permanent max +2 badge perks, permanent cap breakers, and also new unique archetype names that you can earn from these build specialization quests. So this is a massive addition. When we said earlier a couple weeks back that the dev team wanted to add new ways for you all to improve your builds during the year, this is exactly what I had in mind. This is exactly what we meant. And I think you all are really going to like this. You're going to be earning max +1s, max +2s, cap breakers, and a bunch of great rewards from these quest lines that can really either emphasize the best skill for your build, or you can kind of see maybe you have a weakness that you want to fill in a little bit and then make your build a little bit more well-rounded. Either way, build specialization, brand new feature. Really excited that we're going to have this in 2K26.
And just to be sure we heard that correct, Evan, because I don't want no misinformation going on. You said permanent max +2s?
Yes. Yes, I believe so. I believe they are permanent.
All right. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure that sounds fire. It seemed like the community, people in the chat like that part of it, so I like that part of it too. Let's move on. We got more impactful cap breakers. I was looking at that inside the video, and definitely, I'm just need a little bit of catching up to do. Let's get a little bit more information on that. I've seen like +14s and plus like that. Yeah. Let's get it.
Let's talk cap breakers, because everybody loves cap breakers. We couldn't go a stream without talking about these. But essentially, the way you all currently understand cap breakers is that a +1 cap breaker literally adds +1 to your attribute point, right? So for many of you, this past year in 2K25, you chose to use those +1 cap breakers to make your best attributes even better, right? You wanted the 94 to go to 95 or 95 to go to 96, right? Well, this year in 2K26, the cap breakers still work that way for your best attributes, right? They can't go that much higher. You're still capped at 99. But if you use them on your lowest rated attributes, you are actually going to see an even bigger impact. So let's say you made a great build. You were having a lot of fun with it in the park. That's the mode you play normally. But then you got some friends and they're like, hey, let's go play in the rec instead. Well, the difference is the rec has free throws if you get fouled. So if you are like this person and you have a 44 free throw rating, you are going to be a liability for your team, right? Well, for this person, if they use the cap breaker on an attribute that is low rated, that +1 cap breaker is not just +1 attribute, it does raise your attributes by double digits. So it is going to provide a significant improvement. So for this person, let's say for their free throw rating, instead of 1 cap breaker taking them from a 44 to a 45 this year, they could go up 11 attribute points. And that's just with 1 cap breaker. You can zoom in, take a screenshot of this and see this example. It how every single stage, there could be more than +1 attribute with each +1 cap breaker. So this is really about making cap breakers literally more impactful this year. And, as we talked about already, you can earn these cap breakers from build specialization quests. They are still going to be in season rewards, rep rewards, and there are also other new ways to earn cap breakers that we can't talk about just yet today. So you're just going to have to be patient and wait and see. But cap breakers are back, and they are much more impactful than they were this past year.
We need the details, man. We need the full details. All right, let's go on. Last but not least, the new Rebirth feature. Let's talk about it.
Yes. So Rebirth got a nice upgrade as well. And this is I saw a lot of W's in the chat when this was playing in the video. But there are now multiple tiers of Rebirth. And that means you can carry over more and more progress the higher your tier. So at 90 overall, you're going to unlock Silver Rebirth. That means your max potential will be unlocked to match your highest rated build, and your badges are going to start at Silver. That is just like how it used to be. But as you keep reaching 95 overall on new saves, you are going to unlock more tiers of Rebirth. We're going to call them Gold, Hall of Fame, and Legend Rebirth, just like the badge tiers. And it is named that way because with those rebirths, the badges on your new saves will automatically start at that tier, right? As long as they're eligible, right? A badge that's only eligible for Silver is not going to suddenly start at Legend, but it will start as high as it is eligible for. So with Legend Rebirth, once you unlock that, when you make new saves, all of your badges are going to be maxed out right off the bat, right? You can go higher than Legend. So with Legend Rebirth, all of your badges will be as high as they can be. So for those of you who make a lot of builds during the year, I know you are really going to like this feature, especially those of you I've seen max out all 15 of your save slots or however many there are. You guys are really going to like this feature because as you make your new builds with that higher rebirth from Hall of Fame and Legend Rebirth, you are really going to be saving a lot of time as you keep making new builds. So hopefully you're really excited for Rebirth and the new tiers of them beyond Silver.
Oof. All right. That was a lot of information right there. I know a lot of people was excited to see the builder information. I think we went over a lot of great things. I'm sure there's still some other things that we don't know about yet that I'm looking forward to know about too. So, let's hear about it.
Yeah, so that is everything new with the MyPLAYER builder this year. As you're making new builds, you are going to see more information and more quality of life features than ever before. So we talked about the animation glossary, build by badges, the scouting report that gives you more information on your build. But then after that, for those of you who really get into the nitty-gritty of the builds, after that, I hope you all will feel that we kept our promise when we said that there would be new ways to improve your build throughout the year. So there are things like the build specialization, the new custom takeover, the cap breakers are better. So look, I am really excited for this year's builder. The full courtside report is live on the NBA 2K website. So if you missed any part of this stream, you can read through the blog there, or you can wait until we're off, sign off, and then the VOD will be up on our Twitch channel and YouTube channels as well, where you can rewatch this. Either one, up to you. But if you have any questions about what we talked about today, go head over to our Discord at discord.gg/NBA2K. We have a 2K26 questions channel in there. Drop your questions in there. We're going to share some with our dev team and try to answer as many as we can. Remember though, keep your questions on topic, please, because we are talking about the MyPLAYER builder right now. So we are not answering questions about the city or my team or anything else that is still to come. So please try to help us keep things organized in there and make sure your questions are about what we revealed today. But a couple of housekeeping items to close things out. If you did finish your Twitch drops, which I hope many of you have, especially if you've been watching with us since our roadmap stream a few weeks ago, you probably finished both the 45 minutes and the 2-hour Twitch drop locker codes. Make sure you claim it in your Twitch inventory. Then go to the NBA 2K Twitch drops website at this link below, which is nba.2k.com/twitch-drops. On this website, you're going to want to log in with the same Twitch account that you use to watch for your Twitch drops. It has to be the same Twitch account, otherwise we don't know that you watched 45 minutes or you watched 2 hours. So log in with that same account, the page is going to refresh and your locker code will be shown right there. Today is the last day to earn the current Twitch Drops reward. So if you didn't finish your watch time yet, we are going to raid somebody, maybe sitting right next to me. We are going to raid somebody after this show, and you are going to be able to get some drops time on their channel as well. get some extra watch time because today is the last day for the current rewards. The next time we see you, the Twitch Drops rewards are going to be different. But speaking of the next time we see you, we are going to be talking about my team next week. So far, I think we've said that there's going to be the King of the Court in my team. That's going to have $10,000 on the line on the weekends. But there is plenty more to share about my team, so be sure to tune in next week for our My Team stream. Remember, the little dates on the tape cassettes here, those are week of dates. Every Monday, I hear people, they're like, hey, where's your stream? You forgot to go live. Those are week of dates. So the reveal could be any day during that week. We try to keep you guys on your toes, but as always, we will announce the date ahead of time so you guys know when to tune in. Very last thing, I have been seeing some of the reaction in the chat as we go, and I cannot wait to go fully check out how everybody is feeling. But we do want your feedback on what we shared today. So when the curtains close on me and Stacks, you are going to see a survey that shows up on the screen as a QR code, which we are also going to pin in the chat. We would really appreciate it if you fill that out. Give us some feedback on how you're feeling about, build specialization, custom takeover, all the new features that we talked about today. And I do look through every single one of those responses. So let us know what you think in that survey. But Stacks, I have yapped enough at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show, and basically all the way throughout. That is all I have got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, appreciate everybody for coming through today. Like, we learned a lot of great information. There's still a lot more great information to go. And I'm looking forward to it too. I'm just like, I don't know anything really. So I'm kind of finding out as the weeks go along as well. So I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are excited for it too.
Absolutely. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We will see you very soon before you know it for the full My Team Courtside report and breakdown of everything that's new in my team this year. But for now, see you guys next time.
Peace.